Hey guys, what is up? So today I want to show you this Böker Wildcat. So without further ado, I love these Böker boxes. They're so fancy, with the little magnet and everything. Alright, there it is. I'm sure I've said this before in a past video, but I just have such admiration for the boxes that Böker comes out with the little foam insert that keeps your knife or whatever tool you buy. I think I had a pen from them. They all come like this too. Everything just stays right in the center of the box there. This is actually like protective of the knife, you know? You even got some even nicer, much more expensive knives that come in just like a square box, you know, like I'm trying to talk smack or anything. I love ZT, but if I shake it this way hard enough, I'm sure like the box will pop open and the knife will fly out, so no bueno. Alright, so here's this guy. There's a box, okay. Model number on this side over here. There you go, made in China. Okay, so I'm not huge on Chinese knives, but of course they are more affordable. This knife is a little bit more on the expensive side for a Chinese knife. It's on the, I believe it's like around like 70 to 90 bucks, something like that. But the thing is, it's made in China, but it's made out of D2 steel. It's not made out of something cheap like, there it is, D2. It's not made out of something cheap like 8CR 13 MOV or AUS 8 or something like that. That's, you know, it's good metal, but it's definitely on the lower end. You end up having to resharpen it a little bit more frequently. Just rusts a little bit easier than something like D2 even, which is pretty affordable steel, but it's not I guess categorized under stainless. However, it seems to me like it stains even less than the stainless. So I love the box, like I said. The fit and finish on this thing is just beautiful. You can zoom in my monopod over here. I'm using my arm, not a tripod, so look at that. You got that smooth textured G10. I love how this like just goes in and out of your pocket, your belt, whatever, and it's not gonna like snag on there and really catch or eventually wear down your pants and just like sand a hole through your pocket like a lot of knives I've had have done. The fit and finish, like I said, and the overall quality is just superb on this thing. This is a ball bearing operated opening system here. That flipper is just phenomenal, and it sticks out a hell of a lot. So you get a lot of really good purchase on that, and then you can just, you know, a lot of people have a hard time like placing the rest of their fingers when they're trying to figure out how to use a flipper. This one over here, your thumb naturally lands right there, and you just press a little bit. When you get past that D10, it just flies right open. I love how smooth and consistent the opening is on this. I do have some points to make about the opening mechanisms that I'm not very fond of, but we'll get to that kind of towards the end. For now, I want to talk about the ergonomics of it. It's beautifully crafted. I love these I don't know, what do you call these, like channels taken out of the G10 here. I love how the pocket clip sits perfectly on there. Look at that. That's perfect. Exactly. That's exactly where you'd want that. And I like that this is a single ring construction here. I don't have my Emerson one handy right now. I've shown it before, though. That one has the ring is on both sides where the G10 and the liner is. This actually is a backspacer that is the ring here, but it is super smooth. There's no edges on there. Here, let me focus that a little bit. Look at that. It's like a mirror polish too, kind of thing going on. Deep carry pocket clip, reversible for both sides. There's a little spot where it goes in there, right on the liner. You see it on this opposite side here too. Okay, love the ergonomics on this thing. Holding it in forward grip, I love this right here. This really stops your hand from moving forward if you're like doing like some cutting tasks or, you know, some stabbing motion kind of thing. This really just puts your hand, it almost feels like they designed this, they grabbed a piece of clay, they squeezed it in their hand, and they decided this is what my hand is shaped like, and this is what the knife handle should be shaped like. It was a very smart way to do it. You can grab it like this without entering your finger into the ring, which is always something that I love, especially when you're holding a karambit in forward grip like this. You don't want to be that sucks, guys. Come on. You're not gonna tell me that that's actually comfortable. I don't know, not for me at least. So yeah, it's a karambit. However, it's a special karambit because it doesn't just curve forward. Most karambits you hold in reverse grip like this. You use the ring as a striker. Over here, look, you have a little point too for striking, and to focus the energy of the blow into a smaller space will drive in more force through there. And that ring is just so smooth. It just does not like other rings that I've had where you have your finger in there and take your finger out and you have like little score lines on your finger from just the inside of the liners and such. This ring is very smooth, and you have a little bit of jimping back here that it offers for this reverse grip only. I really would have liked them to put that jimping back here as well for the forward grip. Because this is not a traditional karambit that only hooks forward on the blade, you can do more than just like slashing cuts with this thing. You know, this one you can actually do like a reverse stab. A lot of karambits you can't do this motion with because it's just the blade is not shaped that way. You'd have to make like a forward punching motion to pierce with the tip. Like for this one, for example, imagine if the knife ended right here. You would not be able to come down and apply force downward on something with a point that points to the front. So that's what I like about this knife. I really like this wedge up here too. Very aggressive. Gives you a very good angle when you're coming straight down here. It's very direct. It doesn't point too far to the back or to the front or anything like that. So keep that in mind. This knife is mostly tactical, as I would consider it. I wouldn't necessarily take this knife to work to open boxes with. I mean, it's sharp as ever. This thing will pop hairs off. So it's not the edge, it's just more the shape. And the shape is good for cutting open things and dragging things like that, but it's not really meant for that. You can totally tell looking at this knife. This is a tactical knife. This is made for combat purposes, for hooking forward and for, you know, down stabbing and all kinds of things like that. This is not really like a knife that you would get, you know, like a paramilitary, you know, just to keep in your pocket just in case or whatever. And another thing too, knives like these that open as fast as this one does, that's kind of scary. You don't want to be in a quiet, you know, environment with other civilians kind of just hanging around and whatcha, you know, everybody's looking at you like, whoa, who's got a switchblade over here, you know? People are pretty scared nowadays. So I'm gonna go ahead now, since I talked about the blade shape and all the things I like, and I'm gonna pick on it a little bit. There are some things that I would definitely change about this knife that I feel would make the knife a lot better, and it would cost almost like nothing to do it differently. So first and foremost, this lock here. Böker, y'all guys gotta take more material off of this liner over here, because this is kind of like a bitch. I'm sorry for my language, to get my hand into here to unlock. Like, this is me barehanded. I don't have big hands, and if I was wearing gloves, this would be a lot more difficult. Another thing is too, you gotta not just like get past that first one, but look, there's the detent right there is so high that you have to like press it even more. And then yeah, thank goodness you got that giant flipper there to stop it from coming back at you, because this puppy retracts just as fast as it opens up, and it opens up very fast. If I felt like editing videos, which I don't, I would have put a very slow-mo video there opening this thing, but you guys can look that up. It literally looks the same as opening it slowly by hand. Which brings me to another point. You can't do that with this knife. I'm sorry. Can't. I love the flipper. Best way to open it. However, I would make it smaller. The times that I have tried to carry this as like a secondary knife, just in case, you know, something bad happens or whatever, you know, knock on wood, I try to carry this on the inside of my waistband, and this thing pokes like crazy. If this thing was like half the size or maybe just more rounded out, it would be good. The thing is too, it does kind of get a little bit, not too much, but a little bit caught on things as you're pulling it out, because this thing is just, it's sticking out so much farther out of the rest of the body of the knife. So I would definitely shorten this down a little bit. I've had plenty of other knives I've seen that have smaller flippers that, because of the pressure you put in the detent being so strong, once you overcome the detent, it will always fly open regardless. And it's got ball bearings, so I mean, you don't really need a giant flipper. Just shorten that a little bit. Other thing is the hole. I've had other knives with holes in them. Some people like to. I like to from time to time, just to mess around. Put a zip tie on there to make like a wave opening feature on a knife that doesn't have a wave opening feature, especially a tactical knife like this. On most knives, for example, a Spyderco, the hole is a circle. It is a circular round hole, so when you tighten the zip tie all the way at the top, it gets, you know, tight around the thinnest part of the knife, and it doesn't move around too much. It has some wiggle, but with this one, this top part right here, the spine, is all the same thickness. So no matter where you put the zip tie, it's gonna slide all the way from front to back, and that's terrible. The zip tie gives you a better purchase for when you're opening it with your thumb like this, which is not very easy to do. Because this hole is so narrow, you gotta get your nail in there. This is just, I don't know. I don't like this hole, and I don't have big hands, and I am not wearing gloves, and if I was, that would be that much more difficult. I can't even do it with my middle finger like I can with a lot of other knives that have holes like Spyderco's and stuff like that. The flipper's not a problem. Look, reverse, no problem, okay? As soon as you go to open it with this thing, it's like, just impossible. Just a pain. Oh man, I hate that. Flipper all the way, okay? So, lastly, the last thing I would change about this is just add a little bit more jimping, and not where you think. Not all over the G10 where it's gonna, you know, mess up your pants and really wear the skin on your hand thin. I'd want to put the jimping just like this. I like this. Maybe a little higher on this ring would be nice, because, you know, your thumb can come up to like here sometimes if you're really choking up on it. So maybe just extend this. This is nice. It's not too rough. It's not too soft. It can definitely get you some purchase there. You can grip on good. I would put that also on this other side here after having shortened that as well. Again, remember, you want to access that just a little easier, guys. Not, you don't obviously want to open it, like unlock it by accident when you have it in your hand, but just give a little more room over here just so that's like a little bit more accessible. I will put that jimping here, and I will put that jimping back here, and I would also put that jimping right here. It can't hurt. It can't hurt, and it's not like crazy jimping. Even right here, it's pretty good here actually. This you might not have to change, but over here could use it. Over here could use it, and definitely up here right where the blade begins. So you have a lot of really good grip on the bottom, but on the top here, it just slides right forward. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos. I'm gonna have other things coming soon, other random items. It's not always gonna be knives, I guess. And this one I'm gonna put on sale for eBay. I've had it for a while. It's a nice little collection piece, but it's time to let it go. It's just been sitting in a bag, so I'm feeling bad for it. It's been neglected. So somebody, you know, is looking for one of these, gonna get a good deal on eBay. Find a new home for this puppy. It comes with a box. All the original paperwork is here. I've carried it a couple times. I have not used it. I think I tested the edge on like my skin to like shave a little bit of hair just to see how sharp it was. That's about it. Carried a couple times. Yeah, guys, that's all I got for you for today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.